Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, Yasharala.
It's your brother Gabar Shal Banyam Yarn.
It's your brother Magan Shah Lamar.
Brother Yesai Allah Shamar.
It's your brother Awar Shal Yahawada.
Call Halayim La
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem
Yahushua, Ba'ashem
Kakadash.
And today we got a quick lesson gonna be titled Mind Over Matter. Alright?
Come.
We just gonna hop right into it. We only got about 5 scriptures. So go ahead and start off with that.
This is, how you say this?
Sirach
Ecclesiastes.
14 and 2.
Yeah, that'd be
Sirach 14
Sirach,
and
which
2.
is in the Apocrypha.
Khan.
Ecclesiasticus.
Khan.
Blessed is he whose conscience hath not condemned him, and who is not fallen from his hope in the Lord.
Khan.
The Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Alright? So your conscience is your mind. And read it again from the top.
Blessed is he whose conscience hath not condemned him.
And why is he blessed? Because he's blessed because if your conscience don't condemn you, you're going to endure into the end and make it into the kingdom. All right?
You're going to maintain that faith.
Khan and Shaitan, the spiritual demon Satan, they try to get into your mind because they really can't stop you.
Khan.
They can do things and put stumbling blocks in your way, but it's your mind, your conscience that really stops you, right? They don't stop you, you stop yourself.
Khan.
Right?
And you know, Salakia, because it also goes into, you're not letting your conscience condemn yourself. You having an understanding that you're in the flesh. So you can't let your conscience condemn yourself because you're in the flesh. So you're not going to be able to do everything perfect. So you got to understand that. And that's not letting your conscience condemn yourself, man. Because in the scriptures, it said that we fall short to the glory of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So if the Most High said it himself, don't let your conscience condemn you, man. Everybody's sin.
And it also says, this is Isaiah 64 and verse 6. But we all, Salakia, but we are all as an unclean thing. Why? Because we're in the flesh. And it reads on. And all our unrighteousness are as filthy rags. Why? Because we're in the flesh. And we, Salakia, it reads on. And we all do fade as a leaf. And our iniquities, like the wind, have taken us away. And that's why we're in this place, because of our iniquities. The iniquities of our father. And that's who we are. We are our forefathers in reincarnation, all right?
Like that scripture
I have basically a precept kind of going into that.
Go ahead, Up.
Words from Yahushua. This is Mark 7 in chapter 24. Mark chapter 7, verse 24. And he said, that which cometh out of a man defileth a man. This words from Yahushua. For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lavishness, and evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile a man.
And you know that Salakia, pretty much that defiled a man. So that's the flesh, man. The flesh. All that comes out of the flesh, so you can't let that condemn you, man. When you let your conscience condemn you, you letting your flesh condemn you, man. You're not having an understanding of the scriptures. The Most High saying this is what comes out of the man, and He said that your righteousness as a filthy rag, man.
And you're not to lean to your own understanding.
Man.
Because your understanding is understanding of that.
Because
that's what your mind is full of.
And yeah, you can't lean to with your heart. You know, the scriptures say not to trust in your own ways in your heart, man. We got to trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
This is Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty. And he that ruleth his spirit, then he taketh the city.
And if you rule your spirit, you're ruling your mind. All right,
man.
All right, you got to rule your mind, because what does it say at the end?
It says, "He that ruleth the spirit, he taketh the city."
And it's another one that says basically, if you can't rule your mind, it's like a city without walls.
Yeah, we're gonna get that scripture. That's the next one actually.
Was that in Proverbs?
Yeah, that's that
Proverbs.
Proverbs.
Get the other one.
This is Proverbs chapter 25, verse 28.
And it's like before he said it, because that first scripture that he read, which was Proverbs, was it 16
and 32?
Yeah, 16 and 32. It's going into your emotions, and you not having control of your emotions.
Like a woman being effeminate, man. You got to rule your mind by facts too, and the facts of the scriptures.
When you rule your spirit, you're ruling your mind. And go ahead and get that.
All right, but it's lucky, pretty much. Like your emotions may have you to go out because a lot of Akim have families and stuff. So your family might be starving and all that. And what is your initial thought of your mind gonna be? Dang, I gotta feed my family. But when it comes to you taking that chip or your family eating, you gotta choose.
Man.
And you gotta choose the righteous way, the spiritual way. The spiritual way is seeking first the kingdom. So that means you can't take that chip.
You gotta walk in the spirit.
Be spiritually minded, because we're spiritual beings, man.
The fulfillment of the lust of the flesh is going to include that chip, man.
Like the scripture say, man, he that soweth into the flesh shall reap corruption.
Also, it says that he that basically goes into you hating your mother, father, and sister, everybody. That's basically, that's like, if I'm wording it wrong, but that scripture basically is meaning you basically present your body an ultimate sacrifice. That means that you got to be willing to lose all that.
Well, go ahead and get it, Romans.
This is Proverbs.
Salaki.
This is Proverbs chapter 25, verse 28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls.
If you don't have rule over your own spirit, you can't control yourself. You don't have rule over your mind. All right? You're not content in your mind. And why? Because ultimately, you don't have Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, all right? He gave you over to a reprobate mind. He put a slumber on you, a deep sleep. You're a sluggard in the spirit, man. You're not doing any works, man, at all, and you've been in for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, then also when you're not in the truth, you have demons on you. So if you go back to the way you were, those demons will come right back because that house is not gonna be clean.
And when you in the Salaki, but when you in the truth, demons will try to jump on you and mess with you, but it's all a test, all right? But you don't actually have a demon like a 2/3. They got demons straight dwelling in them 24/7.
They get all their thoughts from the left hand side.
Yahweh can just have Shaitan test you by putting a demon on you for a certain amount of time to do this or that, your mind or a physical test. Either way, it's just a test. So the test will turn into a testimony if you pass, all right?
And you know, like in that scripture, it said that it's like a city or a town without no walls, man. Because without no walls, you have no protection. That means that anybody could come through and take over, man, and manipulate it. And that's the same thing with the spirit, man. If you have no control over your spirit and your mind, anybody could defile you, man. You could you be deceived by any type of philosophy.
That's why the scripture just says that Revelation 14:4, the elect haven't been defiled with women.
Man.
So they haven't been defiled by all these philosophies and all this nonsense Esau has out. They spiritual gift is being deceivers. They deceive,
man. And the Most High, He gave his elect them walls to protect the mind, man, to protect the city. We got the walls, man. And the walls is how about Yahushua? I'm gonna go ahead and get to this. Is Romans 8:6, and it says, "For to be carnally minded is death."
Death, man. Because if you're carnally minded, you're gonna take the chip. You're gonna be hungry, and you're gonna take the chip. That's a carnal mindset. A spiritual mindset will be, "Oh, I'm hungry, but the Lord's gonna feed me."
And you know, to be carnally.
Another thing is like, another thing that's gonna look at it as we're gonna know that is like pretty much people who are spiritual minded, they understand that this is all just a test.
Man.
We're basically just living out this test, and we're going through basically we're suffering for what our ancestors did. So once it's over, when Jacob's trouble is over, we good, man. You gotta endure.
It's mind over matter, man.
This is a test. This is the ultimate test.
Yes, like for you to be carnally minded means for you to fulfillment of the flesh, man. You trying to fulfill the flesh. You trying to thrive in the flesh, man. You trying to do things pertaining to the flesh, like Scripture say. Like I said earlier, man. You sow into the flesh, you reap corruption. That's why they said for to be carnally minded is death, man. The thing after the flesh is death.
All flesh does is lust. We talk about that all the time. About lusting after women and all types of things.
The things of the flesh, man. The flesh rebels against Yahweh.
Man.
All right. The flesh and the spirit is in a constant fight every day.
I was just gonna say that spirit, but but I'm gonna go ahead and finish it out. It says, "But to be spiritually minded is life and peace."
Why? Because you're walking in the spirit. You're choosing the things of the spirit, which is of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakadah.
That's why the scriptures say when you find this truth, it sets you free, man, because you're spiritually minded. You don't literally set you free from this captivity, but you set your mind free for you have an understanding of who the devil is and what's to come, man. And how we
we're not physically set free yet, but we will be. Well, actually, the truth is gonna set us free physically because Yahushua is gonna come back and gather those up from the four corners of the earth, but it hasn't happened yet. Right now, we're free spiritually, and then it's gonna manifest in the physical plane of this realm. You know, it's already done in the spiritual world. We're already free, man. The truth shall set you free. We are free, and Yahushua is gonna come back to officially break that yoke off of us, which it's already off spiritually. But you still got to go to work and you got to use the world, but not as in abusing it. But you know how it go.
We will fully unplug from the matrix, but this is Galatians 5:16, and it says, "This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh."
So fight the flesh and feed the spirit.
Man.
That's why I said they're fighting a spiritual battle.
Man.
Basically, we're not fighting no carnal battle.
The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, man. It's not a fucking gun, man. It's not a Glock 19.
Principalities of darkness and all that stuff. We're fighting against.
You fight against Shaitan, man.
Man.
And on down to the Edomites, man. That's actually in front of you. And they're demons too. They're devils in this physical world, and we're the angels. Literally, we're the angels, and they're the demons, man.
That's why we are the elect. Lord will, we are part of the elect. We're the angels that sin. That's what we're talking about. It's not talking about no actual angels.
Angels in chains of darkness until the day of judgment is the angels that will pit here in the flesh. And the flesh is the chains of darkness, and they're waiting. Why are they waiting until the judgment day? Because that's when they get set free.
Man. And you know, Salakia.
Pretty much, basically. The men of the Lord, true men, they understand that if they die or they get beheaded, they're gonna die a righteous death. They're not gonna be
man.
like these 2/3
Con.
who mine is
Have a
foul.
righteous
They ain't
death.
I'm
gonna
on the
die.
scripture for that, but keep
Con.
going.
You know, they're not gonna be
Before
like
you say that
2/3.
scripture, I'm gonna explain this.
Oh yeah, but no, pretty much not gonna be like 2/3. We're gonna be like, they ain't gonna die. I don't know, like because that means their faith is wavering. Like the men the Lord is dealing with, they gonna have faith till the end. So if they get beheaded, they're gonna get beheaded believing on the names of Yahweh Yahushua.
Come, man, and you know, like the scripture said at the bottom, it says the lust of the flesh, man, and the lust of the flesh is to please this world, man. And when you try to be a friend of the world, because you trying to please, because you know when you lust after the flesh, you trying to be a friend of the world, and the scripture specifically says that if you're a friend of the world, you're an enemy of Yahushua.
You're putting enmity.
Come,
If
man.
I said that right, so lucky if I didn't, but you're putting that between you and Yahweh. And
What is the
it's
world
not good.
foundationized off of?
Con.
Wickedness, man.
And then if you
look who ruling, Esau.
Con. And pretty much if you trying to please the flesh, man, you sowing into the world too, man. And also like it says in the scripture, the fashion of the world shall passeth away. So you're going to go hand in hand with that world because you want to be in the flesh and not walk spiritually.
Woe unto them that run down to Egypt for help.
Con, man.
Con, and I'm gonna get this from where Ha'ak Yesai just said. I'm gonna go off of it, but this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 4. We fools accounted his life madness, and this is talking about. They're talking about the prophets. This is the 2/3 talking about the prophets, basically. All right, they counted our life madness because the things that we're saying. I mean, you gotta think about it. To the people that's not woke, we're saying UFOs are the chariots and angels driving them. That's crazy to them, man, because they don't have faith. All right,
That's some 2/3 right.
it's
Yeah,
con,
the reprobate mind, the reprobate
Con,
silver.
man.
and it says
They only think Salaki before you say this book, and the reason that they think like that because they think carnally, man. They don't think spiritually.
Con.
Lord gave him
Con.
over to a reprobate mind. It says in Romans 1.
Con.
we fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor, because they think these celebrities and stuff have the honor. All these 2/3 celebrities and shit, they don't have the real honor, man. They're not gonna have an end with honor. And this verse 5. How is he numbered amongst Salaki? How is he numbered among the children of Yahweh, which is the elect, man?
God,
How is
man.
he numbered amongst? They're gonna see them going up in the chairs. They're gonna be like, what the fuck? How is he of the elect? All right. And it reads on. And his lot is among the saints. The saints is the Israelites, all the Israelites, and they're gonna. The 1/3 is the Israelites is gonna make it to the kingdom, man. But that's the point on that, all right?
And Salaki, before you keep going on, there's one scripture that Apostle Gabar had pulled out, and he had said that the Most High had he has called great men. So they're gonna be like, how was he chosen? But ultimately, the Most High looks at us as, in his eyes, he look at his elect as the great men.
Also, it calls us chiefs in another scripture, man. He called the chiefs, man.
Con.
The prophets, man, great men. But yeah, man, that was pretty much the point on that. Anything else y'all got to say?
Nah, we good.
All right, man. So basically, we're just gonna end it out on that, man. Lord willing, unless it was edifying.
Con.
Call halal yumla.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Kakadash.
Until next time, shalom.
Shalom Yasharallah.